My beloved child, I need you to stop scrolling and pay attention to what I am about to reveal. This is not a casual message. This is not religious entertainment. This is a divine alert that your spirit has been waiting to hear, and if you miss this moment, you will spend the next season wondering why you felt so unsettled. So take a breath, quiet your mind and lean in close. Because what I am about to tell you will explain the weight you have been carrying, the tension you have been sensing, and the restlessness that has been following you for weeks. You are being watched. Right now, in this very moment, and not by one or two people, by many. Some are watching with admiration, others with envy, some with curiosity, others with fear, but all of them are watching. Your name has been spoken in rooms you have never entered, your face has been shown in conversations you were never part of. Your life has become a topic of discussion among people who barely know you and people who know you too well, and the most shocking part is this. The person who started it all, the one who has been sharing your photos, discussing your choices, analyzing your moves, is someone you trust. Someone close. Someone you never suspected. I know this feels uncomfortable. I know it sounds like paranoia. But let me be clear. This is not paranoia. This is perception. This is not anxiety. This is awareness. The Holy Spirit has been nudging you for a reason. That strange feeling you get when you walk into certain rooms. That sudden shift in energy when specific people are around, that inexplicable heaviness that settles on your chest at random moments, those are not random, those are spiritual signals. I have been trying to get your attention. I have been pulling back the veil, and now it is time for you to see what has been happening in the shadows. If you are feeling this word resonate deep in your spirit right now, if something inside you is saying yes, this is real, I want you to do something. Leave a comment and just type the words I see it now. Not for me, not for anyone else, for you. Because when you declare that you see what has been hidden, you activate a new level of discernment in your life. You give me permission to pull back every veil that has been blocking your vision. You align yourself with truth instead of staying comfortable in confusion. So go ahead, type it. I see it now. Before I reveal who it is, I need you to understand why this is happening. It is not because you did anything wrong, it is not because you are being punished, it is because you carry something they do not have, a light, an anointing. A presence that cannot be manufactured or duplicated. When you walk into a room, the atmosphere changes, not because you are trying to make it change, but because what I placed in you is so powerful that it shifts the spiritual climate whether you say a word or not, and people feel it. Some are drawn to it. Others are threatened by it. But nobody is neutral anymore. Think about this. You used to blend into crowds. Now you stand out even when you are trying to be invisible. You used to go unnoticed. Now people study you. They watch how you move. They listen to how you talk. They analyze what you post. They dissect your silence, and they do all of this because somewhere deep inside, they sense that you are different, that you carry something rare, that you have access to something they are searching for, and instead of asking you directly, they watch you from a distance trying to figure out your formula without paying your price. Here is what has been happening behind the scenes. Someone close to you, someone you confide in, someone you believed had your best interest at heart, has been showing your pictures to others. Not in celebration, in consultation. They have been asking for opinions. What do you think about them? Do you see what I see? Don't they seem different lately? And every time your image appears on their screen, the room goes quiet. Because even through a photo, your presence carries weight. Even in a still image, people can sense that you are marked, that you are set apart, that you are not ordinary. Some of the responses were charged with admiration. One person said, "There is something about them. Something I cannot explain." Another said, "They seem untouchable, like they are operating on a different level." But then there was a third voice, a voice that spoke with something deeper than curiosity, something that sounded almost like fear. They said, "There is something divine about them. I feel it every time I see them. It is like they carry the presence of God." And that statement shifted everything, because once someone names the anointing on your life, it is no longer a secret, it becomes a reality that everyone has to respond to. Now let me tell you why this person has been sharing your information. It is not because they are trying to harm you. It is because they are trying to process you. They do not know how to categorize you anymore. You used to fit into a box they understood, but you have grown. You have changed. You have evolved into someone they no longer recognize, and that growth is making them uncomfortable, because your elevation is exposing their stagnation. Your peace is highlighting their chaos. Your clarity is contrasting their confusion. And instead of being inspired by it, they are intimidated by it, so they started showing your pictures to others, hoping someone would validate their discomfort. Hoping someone would agree that you have changed in a negative way, hoping someone would give them permission to pull away from you without feeling guilty. But here is what they did not expect. Every person who saw your image felt something, not negativity, not judgment, but presence, weight, authority. The very thing they were hoping to diminish, I amplified. The very thing they were trying to question, I confirmed. Because no matter who looks at you, they cannot escape what I put on you. Now let me go deeper. The person who has been watching you the closest, the one who has been the most vocal behind your back, is struggling with something you do not know about. They are wrestling with their own calling. They see what you are becoming, and it is reminding them of what they were supposed to be. They see your obedience, and it is convicting them of their disobedience. They see your peace, and it is exposing their turmoil, and instead of dealing with their own issues, they are making you the issue. Instead of asking me to help them grow, they are trying to shrink you. Instead of focusing on their own journey, they are obsessing over yours. But here is the part you need to hear. Their obsession with you is actually my redirection for them. I allowed them to watch you because I wanted them to see what is possible. I allowed them to study you because I wanted them to witness what obedience produces. I allowed them to analyze you because I wanted to use your life as a mirror that reflects what they are missing. And now they are at a crossroads. They can either respond to the conviction and grow, or they can reject it and distance themselves. Either way, you are not responsible for their choice. You are only responsible for remaining who I called you to be. Let me paint you a clearer picture of what has been happening. There have been group chats, private conversations, late-night phone calls, and in every one of them, your name came up, not always in negative ways, sometimes in awe, sometimes in confusion, sometimes in reverence, but always with intensity. Because neutral people do not provoke intense conversations, ordinary lives do not become the subject of private investigations, and average presence does not make people uncomfortable. What you carry is extraordinary, and extraordinary things demand a response. One person in that group has been defending you. They have been saying, "Leave them alone. They are just living their life. They are not hurting anyone." But their defense has been dismissed, not because you are wrong, but because your rightness is too convicting, your peace is too confronting, your growth is too exposing. And people who are not ready to change will always try to make the person who is changing look like the problem. But you are not the problem, you are the solution they are not ready to embrace. Here is what is about to happen: one of them is going to break. The pressure of keeping the secret is becoming too much. The weight of watching you from the shadows is growing unbearable. And soon, very soon, someone is going to confess. They are going to tell you what has been said, who has been talking, what has been discussed, and when that revelation comes, it is going to shock you. Not because you did not sense it, but because you did not want to believe it. You wanted to believe that the people around you were celebrating your growth, not studying it. You wanted to believe that your progress was inspiring them, not intimidating them. But the truth is more complex than that. Some people are celebrating you in public and questioning you in private. Some are smiling to your face and analyzing you behind your back. Some are acting supportive while secretly waiting for you to fall, and I am about to expose all of it. Not to hurt you, but to protect you, not to isolate you, but to insulate you, because where I am taking you next, you cannot afford to have people in your circle who are more interested in your business than your blessing. You cannot afford to keep relationships that are draining you more than sustaining you. You cannot afford to maintain connections with people who study you more than support you. So when the confession comes, and it is coming, do not fall apart, do not get bitter, do not lash out, just let the truth do what truth does. Let it expose what was hidden. Let it clarify what was confusing. Let it confirm what you already sensed, and then let it move you into the next season with wisdom you did not have before. Because this revelation is not meant to destroy your faith in people, it is meant to develop your discernment. It is not meant to make you paranoid, it is meant to make you perceptive. It is not meant to close your heart, it is meant to guard it. Now let me tell you something that is going to shift your entire perspective. The person who has been watching you the most is also the person who needs you the most. They have been studying you because they are trying to figure out how you got free. They have been analyzing you because they are trying to understand how you found peace. They have been questioning you because they are desperate for the same transformation they see in you. But instead of asking you directly, they are watching from a distance. Instead of being vulnerable with you, they are being curious about you. Instead of seeking help, they are seeking answers in secret. And here is what I want you to do when the truth comes out. Do not reject them, do not punish them, do not shame them. Just be who I made you. Be the light, be the example, be the evidence that transformation is possible. Because the very reason they have been watching you is the same reason I am going to use you to reach them. Your life is a testimony they need to see. Your peace is a possibility they need to believe in. Your growth is a promise they need to receive. So when they finally come clean, when they finally confess what they have been doing, meet them with grace, not naivety, not gullibility, but grace. The same grace I have been extending to you every time you fell short. Let me address something else that has been happening. You have been feeling exposed lately, like your privacy is being invaded. Like your life is on display, like you cannot move without someone watching, and you are right. You are being watched, but not in the way you think. Yes, people are observing you, but more importantly, I am watching you, and my gaze is not intrusive, it is intentional. I am watching you because I am proud of you. I am observing you because I am pleased with how you are stewarding what I gave you. I am monitoring you because I am preparing the next level, and I need to make sure you are ready for it. So when you feel that weight of being watched, do not shrink, do not hide, do not try to become invisible. Instead, walk with confidence, move with authority, live with boldness. Because being watched is not a curse, it is confirmation, confirmation that what is on your life is undeniable, confirmation that your presence carries weight, confirmation that you are no longer ordinary, and ordinary people do not get watched the way you are being watched. Influential people do. Anointed people do. Chosen people do. And that is exactly what you are. If this message is hitting you in places you did not even know needed to be healed, I want you to hit that like button right now. Not as a casual click, as a declaration, as your agreement with what I am speaking over your life, as your way of saying, God, I receive this word, I embrace this revelation. I will not shrink from what you are showing me, because every time you make a declaration of faith, you activate something in the spirit realm, you open doors I was waiting to unlock. You align yourself with truth I was waiting to reveal. So do not just listen to this message, engage with it, respond to it. Let it shift something in you. Now let me tell you what is about to happen in the days ahead. The person who has been watching you is going to start acting differently around you. They will become more distant, or more clingy, or more emotional. Because the truth is rising to the surface, and they can feel it. They know that the secret is about to come out. They know that the veil is about to lift. They know that the game is about to end, and they are trying to figure out how to navigate the exposure without losing you completely. But here is what they do not realize. The exposure is not the end, it is the beginning. The beginning of an honest relationship, the beginning of real connection, the beginning of authentic friendship, because as long as they were watching you in secret, you could never truly trust them. As long as they were questioning you behind your back, you could never be fully vulnerable with them. As long as they were processing you through others instead of with you, you could never build something real. But now that the truth is coming out, everything can change. They can stop performing. You can stop pretending. And together, you can build something based on truth, instead of surveillance. Something based on honesty instead of investigation. Something based on love instead of fear. But that will only happen if both of you respond correctly. If they respond with humility and you respond with grace. If they respond with confession and you respond with forgiveness. If they respond with vulnerability and you respond with wisdom. This moment is a test for both of you. For them it is a test of their willingness to be honest. For you, it is a test of your willingness to extend mercy, and how both of you respond will determine whether this relationship survives or dissolves. Here is my counsel to you. When the confession comes, do not react immediately. Take time to process. Take time to pray. Take time to hear my voice before you respond with your voice. Because your response in that moment will either build a bridge or burn one, and I need you to be strategic about which one you choose. Not every relationship is meant to be restored, but not every offense is meant to be final, so seek my wisdom. Ask me what to do, and then do exactly what I tell you, even if it does not make sense to anyone else. Let me also tell you what is happening in the spiritual realm while all this is unfolding in the natural. Angels are being positioned around you. Demonic assignments are being exposed. Strategies of the enemy are being dismantled, because this revelation is not just about human relationships, it is about spiritual warfare. The enemy has been using people to distract you, discourage you, and derail you, but I am flipping the script. What he meant for harm, I am using for clarity. What he meant to confuse you, I am using to sharpen you. What he meant to isolate you, I am using to elevate you. So do not be afraid of what is being revealed. Do not be intimidated by who has been watching. Do not be shaken by what is about to come out, because I am in control of this process. I am orchestrating this exposure. I am managing this unveiling, and everything that is happening is working for your good. Even the betrayal, even the surveillance, even the gossip, all of it is being used to position you for the next level. All of it is being used to prepare you for greater influence. All of it is being used to build character in you that will carry the weight of what I am about to give you. Now let me tell you who else has been watching you: your enemies. Not in a malicious way, in a reverent way. They have been watching to see if you would fall. They have been waiting to see if you would quit. They have been hoping to see if you would compromise, but you did not. You kept walking, you kept believing, you kept obeying, and now they are confused. Because they threw everything at you and you are still standing, they attacked your character, and it did not stick. They questioned your calling, and it did not waver. They tried to isolate you, and you found peace in the solitude, and now they do not know what to do with you, because you were supposed to break, but you bloomed. You were supposed to quit, but you conquered. You were supposed to give up, but you grew up, and that growth has become your greatest testimony. That resilience has become your loudest message. That victory has become your most powerful weapon, because now when people look at you, they do not just see you, they see what I can do through someone who refuses to quit. They see what happens when faith meets obedience. They see what is possible when you trust me more than you trust your circumstances, and that witness is changing lives you will never know about. That example is inspiring people you will never meet. That testimony is opening doors you will never walk through yourself, because you are paving the way for others to walk through them. So when you feel the weight of being watched, remember this. You are not being watched because you are weak. You are being watched because you are winning. You are not being observed because you are failing. You are being observed because you are flourishing. You are not being studied because you are ordinary. You are being studied because you are extraordinary, and extraordinary people always attract attention. Not always positive attention, not always comfortable attention, but always significant attention. Let me close with this truth. The revelation that is coming is going to hurt, not because you are weak, but because you are human. Finding out that someone you trusted has been talking about you behind your back will sting. Discovering that people you thought were for you have been questioning you will wound. Learning that your name has been a topic of private discussions will anger you, but do not let the pain make you bitter. Do not let the disappointment make you cynical. Do not let the betrayal make you closed. Because if you do, the enemy wins. If you harden your heart, you lose your sensitivity. If you build walls to keep people out, you also lock yourself in. So here is what I want you to do. Feel the pain, acknowledge the hurt, process the disappointment. But do not set up camp there. Do not build a monument to the betrayal. Do not let this moment define the rest of your life, because this is not the end of your story. This is just a chapter. A painful chapter, a necessary chapter. But still just a chapter. And the next chapter is going to be so powerful, so beautiful, so transformative that this chapter will become a footnote. A small part of a much bigger story, a moment of growth in a lifetime of glory. So cry if you need to, rant if you need to, take time if you need to, but then get back up. Dust yourself off and keep walking. Because the world needs what I put in you. The kingdom needs the assignment I gave you. The people I am sending you to need the message I am giving you, and none of that can be delayed because someone betrayed your trust. None of that can be postponed because people were watching you in secret. None of that can be cancelled because you were hurt. Your calling is bigger than your pain. Your purpose is stronger than your disappointment. Your destiny is greater than your betrayal. And when you walk through this moment with grace, with strength, with wisdom, you will become even more powerful than you were before, because refined faith is stronger than untested faith. Proven character is more valuable than assumed character, and survived betrayal makes you a warrior instead of just a worshipper, so this moment is not destroying you, it is developing you. It is not breaking you, it is building you. It is not ending you, it is elevating you. Welcome to your season of revelation, welcome to the unveiling of truth, welcome to the moment where everything hidden comes to light. It will be uncomfortable, it will be shocking. It will be painful, but it will also be freeing, it will be clarifying. It will be transforming, because when you finally know the truth, you can finally walk in freedom. When you finally see what has been hidden, you can finally move with confidence. When you finally understand who has been watching, you can finally live without fear. This is your moment, this is your breakthrough, this is your liberation, and I am walking with you through every single step of it.